morning. Welcome to Glow and Grow. Happy Thursday. I just made my breakfast and I would love to eat, but I figured y'all don't want to see me chewing, right? Y'all want to see my breakfast? Here it is. Avocado, eggs, and toast. I love avocado. Avocado. And my baby boy's sick today, so he's home with me. How are you all doing? How is your week? Even if you're watching a replay, let me know how is your week going. Any plans for the weekend? So the message for today's Glow and Grow, is that I haven't formulated in a very cutesy way, but basically what I want you to know is that if you have seen a pattern in your life of toxic or narcissistic relationships, I want you to know that you can break that cycle. I believe, and what I see from talking to different women is that you accept that that's your story, that is just the way things are, that's just how men are, that's just your luck. Maybe you've seen it in your family and you just have bad luck. I was listening to someone share a story the other day where she's pretty wealthy, she's a millionaire, and I believe she said her friend is a billionaire, and her friend called her to share a story or good news that she got a new business deal, and it's a big deal. And her friend was excited and they were celebrating on the phone, and then eventually the friend, the one who got the new business deal, broke into tears and saying how depressed she is, how she actually tried to commit suicide the previous week. And the person telling the story was like completely confused because she couldn't understand, like, what? Like, your life is great. You just got a new deal. You're doing well. And she said, you know what? It's possible, if it's not money, it's either two things. She said, if it's not money, then it's a relationship. And her billionaire friend went in to explain how she was dating this guy, and, it's up and down, and she feels confused. And, that just confirmed what I see a lot as well with the women that I work with, and even for myself, where a lot of times women who are in toxic and narcissistic relationships are actually women that are doing well for themselves. You okay? So what I see a pattern actually in our society is that a lot of times these women, we know what to do. Good morning, Sahaya. We know what to do in other areas of our lives. We know how to make good decisions in other areas of our lives, whether it be for, our career, our personal development, our, friendships, different things like that. Like, we have things set in other areas, but when it comes to relationships, I mean, look at it. This woman is a billionaire. Drink some water. You okay? My son has a cold. So like I said, my message for today is that it doesn't have to be that way. I do believe that it's like, I feel like people accept that is their story, that's just the way it is. I've also experienced, after people working with me, is that they're like, oh my gosh, this is not the first toxic or narcissistic relationship that I was in. I've had others too, and that's good. It's good that you come to that realization. But what I want you to know is that doesn't have to be your story. Don't let that make you feel like that is just how relationships are. That's just how men are. I saw Cardi B, who's a rapper, for those of you who don't know. She posted how, marriage is a gimmick, getting into relationships is a gimmick. They marry you, they get you pregnant, you have kids, and it starts off good and then it falls apart. And, I find that a very unfair and unhealthy thing for her to say to the public, because for those young girls who are listening to her, they may start to believe that. And the reality is she saw signs from this person before she married him and had children with him. She saw signs from this person after the first child, right? So we have to take responsibility also, and that's a part of healing, is to look at where did I go wrong, right? It's not about blame, but if we can look at ourselves to see, okay, what are the parts of me that needs to change? Then we're able to see the world from a more accurate perspective, because there are good and people, there's good and bad people in the world, right? There's good and bad men, there's good and bad women. There's women who are good for relationships, women who are not good for relationships, men who are good for relationships, men who are not good for relationships, right? So I don't want you to keep this veil over your eyes that this is just how it is and settle. A lot of women settle for excelling in other areas of their lives, excelling in their business, excelling in their jobs, excelling in, fitness, health, investing, friendships, have great friendships. But when it comes to romantic relationships, they accept that, yeah, it's just going to be bad. I'm just going to that's how it is. People play games with you. People hurt you. No, it's not normal. It's not healthy, and you don't have to settle for it. So where do you go with this next? Because that's what I always like to do. I don't want to just come to you with something, but what's the next step? Start looking at the patterns in those relationships. Start looking at, where did you see the red flags? What were the red flags that you saw? And start asking yourself, what was I saying to myself that made me ignore the red flags? What was I saying to myself that made me stick around for so long? Even in my own personal situation, besides clients, even in my own toxic narcissistic relationship that I was in for 10 years, one of the things I was telling myself is, I can fix him. When I saw the red flags, the disrespectful, communication, the cursing, the harsh words, and me giving him a chance, telling him this is not how you speak to someone, but not changing. If anything, getting worse, right? What was I telling myself that kept me there for so long? He'll change. I can show him a better way to be. After going through my healing journey and thinking about that, I realized moving forward, I should not try to force someone to change. We all have flaws, but if someone is presenting to you, someone that you genuinely say you love, that you want to be with, and that you want to be a better person. That's the other thing. People should want to change for themselves, not just to keep you and to keep a hold on you, but because they value personal development. They value growth. If someone does not value growth, run. Because you don't want someone just doing it for you, right? So those were the things I had to ask myself. What do I need to change moving forward? The lesson there is that I cannot force someone to change. I should not want to force someone to change. After they see where they're going wrong, they should want to change themselves. And not just for me, but for themselves, right? So that is where I suggest you go with this. For those of you coming in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, all-rounder. Good morning. Who else is here with me? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, okay, so the message for today is you do not have to settle if you see that the patterns of relationships that you've been in more than one toxic or narcissistic relationship, there is a way to break that. Do not settle that is just life, that's just men, that's just relationships, that's just how it is. No. Okay. And don't tell yourself, well, I'm doing good here, I make good money. I see a lot of, especially the younger generation, I have everything I need, I don't care. It's great that you have everything you need. But if you're not able to have healthy relationships, work on that. Because we are meant to have companionship. Not in every season of our lives. There are some seasons where we are supposed to be to ourselves, learn about ourselves, but ultimately that is where it needs to go, right? So don't think because I have the money, I have the business, I have the good job, I have the good friends that I take girl trips with. It's your choice. But what I suggest is that you can have it all. You can have the 360, okay? Don't settle. And how do you move forward with that? Start working on yourself to figure out what parts of me need to change. Those are the 3 things I work on with clients. What got me into this relationship? What was my mindset? What was the conversations that I was having with myself? What got me into a toxic or narcissistic relationship? Because yes, they have their flaws, but we don't grow if we don't see the role that we played, right? So how did I get here? Why did I stay so long? And what parts of me What parts of me needs to change to make sure I don't end up in a situation like that again? But don't settle. You can have it all. Okay? I hope that this was helpful for you. Good morning, Renee. Good morning. Good morning. All right, y'all. Have a blessed day. If you're just coming in, catch the replay. For those of you who are, yes, I do have a husband, Leroy. For those of you who are just coming in, catch the replay so you can catch the whole thing. And if you are interested in working with me, I have different ways. So you can click the link in the description box below. Once this is uploaded, you'll see the description box to see how you can work with me. But tonight I am having a coaching call inside of my group, which is called Thrive. It's a community where I do provide group coaching. So if cost is an issue for you, that's at a lower cost, and you have access to get into that directly through Thrive. Or you can get into it by getting my course, the Relationship Detox. That's a program where you have access to my course and a free month of coaching inside of my Thrive group. All right? All right, Renee. Good, good, good. Catch it. Good morning, Kristen. You guys are just coming in. I'm just ending and I'm about to eat breakfast. So catch the replay. Click the links below to get more information. Again, if you want to work with me, I am having a coaching call tonight inside of my coaching group. All right, ladies, have a blessed day.